Good morning. Every time I think about this no ride or no vax, no ride policy, it really makes my blood boil. I don't believe in that, and the Philippines should not be imposing that. This is, to me, unconstitutional, illegal, but I'm no lawyer. So I did some research, and this is what I found out about it. Let's listen to it. While I was doing research about this no vax, no ride policy by Duque or Duterte, I don't know, but I think it's Secretary Duque, it really makes my blood boil. It is not the government's right. It is not, again, the government's right to impose that policy. We are entitled to our own opinion. It's up for us to decide whether to get vaccinated or not. Don't get me wrong, I'm not anti-vax. I am fully vaccinated, including with a booster shot, because I do believe in it. I know there are some risks because this has not been fully tested. It's so-called experimental. But millions have already received it. And to me, the risk of dying from it or getting sick from it is much lower than the risk of getting COVID. And that is the reason I took it. Let's not argue about it. That is not the point. The point is the people who decided, no, we don't want to get vaccinated, should be left alone and should be treated equally with those people who have been vaccinated. I saw this. This is Governor Gwen's. I haven't heard from her for a long time. And this is one more of her vlogs. Let's listen to it.
There have been a lot of questions regarding the segregation of the vaccinated and the unvaccinated individuals, going so far as warnings even to barangay captains who are unvaxxed. But I think it is time for us to go back to Republic Act 115251, which is an act establishing the Coronavirus Disease 2019 or COVID-19 Vaccination Program, expediting the vaccine procurement and administration process, providing funds therefore and for other purposes. So this is otherwise known as the National Vaccination Law. This was signed passed by both houses and signed into law by President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, February 26, 2021. Section 12. Section 12, letter G. The issuance of a vaccine card is intended to be digital but shall remain accessible through other means such as printed cards. The DOH, through the Department of Information and Communications Technology, shall develop the LGU-based digital systems and applications that will meet the objectives of the COVID-19 vaccination program while maintaining quality, safety, ease of use, and accessibility for all Filipinos, provided that the DOH shall maintain a central database of vaccinations and mandate a uniform format for the vaccination card, the contents of which shall be updated accordingly to always conform with globally accepted standards. Now, and this is very important because it is in the law itself, provided further that the vaccine cards shall not be considered as an additional mandatory requirement for educational, employment, and other similar government transaction purposes. Let me repeat that. Provided further that the vaccine cards shall not be considered as an additional mandatory requirement for educational, employment, and other similar government transaction purposes. I think the law is very clear. How else can we interpret this other than saying that there should be no mandatory requirement of vaccine cards so that people may enter establishments, may enter schools, may go to work, or may enter government buildings or avail of government services. It's very clear. So I cannot understand why this movement towards now discriminating against the unvaccinated by refusing even their boarding of public buses, airplanes, and other means of transportation, as well as insisting, as a mayor now has complained to me, that teachers should show their vaccine cards before they can enter their own schools. This is the law. And unless this law is amended, even the COVID-19 vaccination program law states that the vaccination card shall not be a mandatory requirement so that people may avail of educational as well as other government processes, or even may avail of employment. This is very interesting. The following paragraph states, individuals vaccinated against COVID-19 as indicated in the vaccine card shall not be considered immune from COVID-19 unless otherwise declared by the DOH based on reliable scientific evidence and consensus. Well, I don't think there really now is unquestionable proof that vaccinated individuals are immune because, well, we are now seeing that with this Omicron virus variant, in fact, it is the vaccinated that are getting the symptoms. I think we are starting to get confused in treating the unvaccinated as the carriers of this virus. If, in fact, the vaccinated are not considered immune and therefore may also catch this virus, if they catch it, as they are now catching it, are they not as well carriers? So why there is this discrimination against the unvaccinated? The DOH guidelines under Administrative Order 001. No, this is the Department of Health, the National Task Force Against COVID-19 or NTF guidelines dated March 26, 2021. This is under letter J, number 8. The vaccine card shall not be considered as an additional mandatory requirement for educational, employment, and other similar government transaction purposes. An exact quote of Section 12, letter G of Republic Act 115251. So let me make this very clear. From my interpretation of the law, which has proven itself to be stated in very clear terms and has no ambiguity whatsoever, there can be no mandatory requirement of vaccination cards for entry to any establishment, whether these be schools, whether these be government buildings, whether these be places of work, or for other purposes. There will be no further requirement like the presentation of the vaccination card. That is anti-poor. How can you require everyone to have this vaccination card presented for them to avail of public transport? As I have always said, vaccination is a matter of choice. Give that respect to the individual. It's a matter of choice. If you opt to have yourself vaccinated, and the province of Cebu has been very supportive of the vaccination program, giving all avenues and opportunities for everyone to be vaccinated. If you opt to get vaccinated, that's your choice. But if you choose not to be vaccinated, you should not be ostracized. Why? Let me just repeat this. It's in the law itself. Individuals vaccinated against COVID-19, as indicated in the vaccine card, shall not be considered immune from COVID-19 unless otherwise declared by the DOH based on reliable scientific evidence and consensus. So why this discrimination against the unvaccinated when even the vaccinated are not considered immune and may be carriers as well, may also, as what we are now seeing, be infected with COVID-19 in spite of your 2 jabs and even your booster shot. There is no scientific data that proves that it is the unvaccinated that infects people, that they are the carriers. So please, let us follow the law. We seem to have forgotten this. We still are a nation of laws, right? Not of men.
There you have it, guys. I know she's not a lawyer, but she holds a high position in government, but she has common sense. Common sense for Filipinos who believe in this, thinking that the imposition of this restriction is for the protection of the people. Think again. Think again. They just want to show power. They want to show control. That they're willing to do anything, including illegal things. So I'm calling for Filipinos to wake up. I'm calling for the government to wake up and enforce this law. Again, this is Republic Act 115-251. It's in the law itself. So that requirement to present a vaccination card is, listen to this, illegal. Illegal. So take a position on that and be guided accordingly. Again, I'm asking Secretary Duque to stop this. Stop this. This is silliness. Guys, please do share this with other people for their own education. I will appreciate it if you click like on my channel, and please do subscribe unless you have already done so. Thank you so much, and God bless.